So, as part of our ongoing series, we've been reacting to every single Nintendo Direct. We took a small detour last time to react to the Wii U announcement, which did not happen in a Nintendo Direct.
We did.
It happened in a Nintendo E3 press conference. Well, this year, this is the pre-E3 2012 Nintendo Direct. They did a pre-E3 Direct, and they also did an E3 Direct. I don't remember why. I don't remember the context. But we're going to hit play in a 3, 2, 1. Now, we're going to find out.
All right.
Oh, it's the meme.
Yeah, here he is.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today to begin
You're welcome,
hearing
Owada.
about Wii
To
U.
be hearing about.
I'm
Anything
here
for you,
inside
Owada.
Nintendo headquarters in Kyoto. in
He's
a
going to hold up the
7th floor
bananas.
conference
It's funny he
room,
brings
which,
up being at
as you
Nintendo
can
headquarters
see,
in Kyoto.
is
The inside of
rather
that building looks
plainly
so
furnished.
lifeless, doesn't it?
Oh my god. I hope
The
the whole
outside
thing's
of
not
it
like
looks
this.
lifeless.
Which is
Oh
quite
yeah, it
significant.
looks horrible, actually.
These are the Japanese character for Dokuso.
Dark Soul?
This is a term which
Dark
He's getting Dark
Nintendo
Souls.
The original-
since the early days of the company. when
This is really
Mr.
cool, though. I like
Hiroshi
that he goes
Yamauchi
through
was
this.
president. In
It's kind of
English,
cool having a
it
language
means
where it can double as
creating
art when you want it to.
something unique.
Like, there's a
you're
whole
right.
art to drawing the
When
kanjis.
you
Like,
hear from
you're totally
Nintendo
right.
this
that
week,
doesn't happen in
there
our
may be
language.
several times
Well, I mean, they make it try to happen.
when
There's like
you
fucking
say
With like
it says,
word
home,
clouds.
like live,
Well,
laugh, love. Yeah,
that
fucking that
certainly
bullshit.
That's
is
our
It doesn't look as good
equivalent.
though. Yeah,
and
Something off
hopefully
Etsy.
You'll be
doesn't look
thinking
anywhere near as
of
good.
Unique in a good way.
Do you remember watching this one? Because I actually
In
do
fact,
remember watching
this
this one.
Nintendo Direct itself
I mean, I
represents
definitely
something
did, but I
unique
don't remember what happened, so I
because
guess
it
not.
really
I was
begins
excited.
Our E3 news announcements.
I mean, I
even
would have been. I'm
days
excited
before
for all of
our
them.
E3
Yeah, but you
presentation.
had
coming
memories
Tuesday.
of the E3 one
During
from
that
2012.
We'll be focusing almost
is 2012
entirely
E3.
on games
Oh, it
from
is.
Wii U.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm talking about E3,
2011.
the
Today,
Wii
I'd
U
like to
unveiling. You
introduce you
remembered.
Once
to
I like
Nintendo's
see
brand
something,
new
like I definitely
home
remember this
console,
wall.
Wii
I
U,
remember him talking against this
and
wall. I don't remember what
its
he's
new
talking about.
controller
Mm.
in a
I don't
more
remember why there was a
conceptual sense.
pre-direct and a direct.
In this room in 2008,
This is a lot of
we
FaceTime.
began discussing
Yeah,
what we
it's all
should
one
do
take too. They're not cutting
with
like they were with
Wii
Reggie
U.
last time.
to meet our
Owada's a
goal
pro.
of creating
You know he was
something
going to do
unique.
this until it was one take.
And here is one of the topics involved.
Damn,
This
look
is
at
the
this.
same
in
photo
our
I think they
discussion.
showed before, right?
It is. They showed it last time.
Maybe
What a
this
sad
seems
family. They need a
familiar to
Wii U.
Yeah.
People
You're
are
right. Or
gathered
Switch too.
together in the same room with
Well, yeah,
friends
I mean
or
they're all
family,
dead now. This is so
but
long ago.
They are not truly connected. They are paying more attention to their devices
Aw.
than to each other.
That's true.
There is an American
What the
professor
fuck?
who
Okay.
has written a book about this,
This is
Alone
why we made
together.
the Wii U.
Alone Together.
So you
And
can
I
play the
think
games
that
while they're
term
watching TV.
captured
I like how
idea.
he's just like, hey, listen, I
New
know we're getting
technologies
started with our
in
pre-E3
general
Nintendo
have
Direct.
made
I just
life
have a quick book
easier
recommendation
and more efficient.
on, you know, the way that our
But we have
society
to
is
wonder
degrading and how
what
no one's
this
paying
will
attention to
mean
anyone anymore and
for
everyone's
the nature
isolated.
of human relationships
Before
moving
we get into the whole Wii U thing,
So one of the
This is why
challenges
Owada would
we
not
set
approve of
for
Switch 2.
ourselves was
It's too
creating
insular.
something
It promotes
will
people
help
playing
unite
by
people.
themselves.
rather
unless
than
you're trying to get a
divide them.
girlfriend.
Unless you're
Uniting
getting a
whether
girlfriend.
in the
And
same
touching
room
Iwata
grass
would
while you're
approve.
playing.
or
Yeah.
great
Iwata would
distances
approve of the
apart.
Switch 2 getting you a girlfriend. Well, now we have to put that clip out first.
And
We
this
can't put
was
this
True.
one
Well,
out
it
and
was
then
coming out first. These are always the last ones.
Okay. Oh,
It
you're
is a
right. You're right.
controller
It was Pokemon
for
we had to get.
Wii
So
U.
is this where they reveal that it
it's
doesn't
called
have the
the Wii U
3DS style,
gamepad.
like,
Let me
thumbsticks?
tell you how we decided
I'm
Because
trying
I
to
remember
look
they
at it, I
had the
can't tell.
original concept had the
in the
3DS style
1980s,
ones.
we
This-
began
yeah, they
selling
look like
a home
Joy-Cons. They're
console
like
known
Joy-Cons,
in Japan
joysticks
as
here.
the Famicom,
So yeah,
and
probably.
in America,
Well, they looked like the
as the
nunchucks.
Nintendo
Like they
Entertainment
stuck two
System, or
nunchucks on the
NES.
side.
A little bit.
But at first it looked like
for
the 3DS
previous game
sliding pad.
Yeah. When they
Typically,
first showed it off
had
in
a
the
joystick
last
of
thing we
some
reacted
sort.
to, they definitely had the
But
3DS.
the NES had
the hell?
only a flat surface with the
He's
flat
just making an
control
example.
I wonder if there's a
Because of
Japanese
this,
version of this where
pad.
they go over
Players
the
began
Famicom
referring
controller.
to it
Yeah,
as
probably.
a gamepad.
But the NES.
In any case, we decided
In the
that
Brazilian version,
this
they show a
name
Master System
also
controller.
made
That's
sense
You know, I
interesting.
always
to
call it
describe
NES, by the way.
appearance of
Do
the
you?
Wii U
Yeah, I never
console,
call it a NES.
even though
I call it the
it now
Nintendo.
also
That's
features
better than
acoustic-type
NES to me.
devices.
That
This
Nintendo.
is probably the most
Oh, look,
obvious
there. Here
difference.
they point out.
Yeah.
The prototype we showed at E3 last year. That previous version
Oh, they
had
like go out of their
circle
way.
pads
They're like,
for
oh,
thumb control.
we're ditching these.
Though that
But
circle
we
pad looks
decided
like it's got a
that
little more
this
height to it than the
format was really
3DS one.
more
I wonder how
appropriate
comfortable that would have
for
been.
portable devices
It would have been a way
where
better, and it would have
a
saved the Wii U.
low-profile form factor is
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
have
an
failed.
actually that would be a good topic to
Instead,
have. Would
Here,
circle
we have
pads have saved the Wii U?
sticks
Yes.
that not only operate precisely in 360 degrees,
It's a lot of
but
words to
which
explain a pretty
also
simple
can
concept.
Be pushed down for an added method of
Wow.
Wow, you mean
In addition,
Something
Like
the
every other
PS1
stick
did?
on the
also
market, yeah.
redesigned
Yeah.
But I guess the
back of
nunchuck
the
couldn't do
controller
that.
they
and
could
the
not do
border
that?
Yeah,
Neither
so
did the
the-
GameCube.
to
So
maximize comfort.
That's a
Even
big
if
deal, I
you
guess,
are
for
playing
them.
for a long period
this
of
time.
A
It
couple
was just
more
so
things.
cumbersome setting up the Wii U.
This
You had
map
the system,
to the
you had the
left
bar
of the
for the
screen
Wii controllers
is the
still.
location
You
of
had the
NFC reader right.
gamepad that also pretty much needed to
You
be
can
plugged in
place
all the
cards
time.
or figures on this,
I love the gamepad for
and
everything
relevant
except the
data
battery life. The
will be
battery life was
read
not
or
cutting it.
written into your experience.
You know, I'm surprised back
This
then.
button can be
I
pressed
feel like nobody
even
was
when
predicting
the Wii
amiibos,
U
and here
itself
is it
is
right
Yeah.
there. They're like, "Hey, this has an NFC reader," and no one was
With the
thinking, "Oh, I wonder if
existing
they'll do their
remote
own
for
thing."
your current
I don't
Wii,
remember anyone talking about
you
that.
can
That was such a
simply
weird
turn
concept, though. Like,
on or turn
the idea
off
that Nintendo's
the
going to put
game
out
console.
action figures you scan into the
Beyond
game.
I've got one
will
right
be
here,
your
actually.
TVs
Wham!
or cable remote.
Nice.
But with Wii U, the gamepad itself becomes a fully independent infrared TV remote. Next, let me talk about some
That was
of
the only way I
things
could interact with
that
my
the
old
Wii U gamepad
CRT
makes
TV that you see in
possible.
videos that I made in like 2019,
Last
2020
year
range.
at
Oh,
E3,
really?
we
Yeah,
talked
I didn't have the
about
remote,
the
and you couldn't
potential
change the
of two
channel to get the
screens.
game mode. You had to have the remote.
Of
So my
course,
Wii U was the
many
only way to
people
change
already
to toggle it.
operate
So it was
the two
useful.
screens of
For that,
both
yeah.
Nintendo DS
As a
and
universal
Nintendo
remote.
3DS.
Yeah.
I've
But
been
with
so close
Wii U,
to buying that
two
Xbox
screens
360
become
remote
more
several
dynamic
times in the past week.
because the relationship between
Really?
them
Like in the
Wait,
past
is
week?
not
Like right now?
fixed.
How much is it?
Yeah, it's not that much money. It's
Secondly,
just that
the two
they
screens
only
make
have the
possible
longer one
something
in
engineers
box,
refer
and I'm
to
waiting to
as
see
Yeah.
one of the shorter ones that's not open.
diversity
Do
in
they still make
gameplay.
those remotes for like the Series S
simpler
or X?
terms,
No, no, man. They stopped those
Oh,
forever
okay.
ago.
Being
But what's
seen
appealing is
or
it has
even
that little
done
metal
on the
logo,
small
like
gamepad
the you know the
screen
Xbox
is
360
different
controller had that.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
what's
it's got that same
happening
metal
on
button.
the
It looks so
big screen
slick.
TV.
I think it would look
I would
really nice
buy-
next to my
We'll be
white
showing
TV.
you what
I would
this
buy
means
one if
for
it existed for the new
gameplay
consoles.
at
I'm not
E3
playing
this
DVDs on my 360.
The gamepad screen is also
Feels like we're
a touch screen.
7 minutes
You can
and
use
54
the
seconds into
stylus
this
to
direct, and
draw pictures
we're kind of seeing a
or
lot of
use
the
your
same, other
finger
than you can
for
click the
There's a-
thumbsticks.
usual range.
There's a reason this is
of
the pre-show. They're
intuitive
not
input.
showing games. It's this.
What is more unusual
You know what's funny? I
is
don't even think
how
the
two-screen
the Wii U
can
version of
work
Wii Sports
together
actually lets you see
in
the golf ball while you're
unprecedented
hitting it.
ways.
I don't think that it was actually in the game.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
This kind of gaming feels unique.
It certainly did.
The Wii U
They had a
gamepad
cross dissolve.
also
It's
senses
not
movement
different take.
with motion and
They straight up
gyro
just
sensors.
cross dissolved Iwata into
This is
Iwata.
particularly important for people somewhat unfamiliar with gaming. By using more intuitive motion,
So
to
Reggie would
control a
never
game,
let you frame him
players
like
of
they framed
all
Iwata
skill
here.
levels can better play
for
together.
his.
He'd want
for
his
his,
head
like,
at the
public
top of the
image.
screen.
All this
Iwata's
you
is right
can't-
in the center.
You can't make
because
Reggie
of
look
the
small.
improved graphics processing power
Dude,
of the
I really
hardware.
actually like the framing here,
Something
though. It's kind of
you
unique. He's
recognized
dead center.
beginning at the E3
Yeah.
He's
presentation
coming to
on
meet us
Tuesday.
at our level directly.
Also, consider that with a screen
Do you remember
in
when
your
the Switch
own
came
hand,
out and you could play
you don't
NES
need
Golf
to
with
be
that
sitting
one thing on Iwata's
directly
birthday?
in front of your TV.
No.
You might
There was
also
a thing
find
where if you
yourself
did a gesture
in
with the
any
Joy-Cons, one in
comfortable
each hand,
spot
and he went and did the direct motion on his birthday at a certain time, it would launch NES Golf from within the operating system.
On the Switch?
On the Switch 1, yeah.
Even when the TV screen
What?
is being
Yeah,
used for
they
something
eventually
else.
patched it out, sadly, but it was like
This
a
might
little
occur
reference to
with
Iwata.
more casual games
Because he programmed
when you
golf.
are in the middle
This
of a
sounds
Wii
like
Fit
fake.
routine,
It's real.
Because I would have heard about it.
when
Oh.
No,
you
it's real.
intend to spend many hours deeply immersed
I'll have to
in
look up
your
a video
game,
of that.
Yeah.
and others aren't willing to let you have the TV to yourself.
Because I definitely would have
for
done that
all
if I'd
that
heard
time.
about it.
Yeah, I mean, well,
And
it was
in
very
any of
specific.
these
But you're right. It would have been
situations,
fun to try. I didn't ever
Not
try
only
it, though.
will you see
It was kind of one of those
high-quality
things like,
console
I'll take your word for it.
graphics
I'm
on
not
a
dying to
big-screen
play
TV,
golf right this second. But
those images can be displayed
there it
on
is, the
Wii U
infamous.
gamepad without delay.
Yeah.
Something
looks really
no
good in that
existing
lighting.
handheld game devices can do. Wii U
The
will
Zelda that
support
never was.
all your previous
oh well.
phones
The
or Wii
second Zelda
control,
that never was.
including the Wii
Yeah.
Remote, the Nunchuk controller, and the Wii Balance
Whoa.
Board.
Got the
For
whole
those
squad.
Who are
Balance
mainly
board, baby.
interested in multi-platform games with more traditional means of control.
There
we
it
will
is.
Also offer
I got one
the
of those
Wii
for the
U Pro
first time
controller
last
as a
year, and I was
separate
kind of
peripheral,
disappointed.
Well,
which is
it's
lighter and
glossy
maybe more
plastic, so that's kind of
attractive for longer,
upsetting. But the
more
D-pad's really
intense
good.
forms of gaming.
It feels cheap. I feel like I could
Overall,
break it in my hands.
Some people may wonder
Really?
if Wii
Yeah.
U is a simple
Cheap
evolution
plastic.
of Wii, or
Especially compared to the
something
Switch Pro.
entirely different. I think maybe the best
I think it was
answer
only like
is
$30, right?
both.
And it shows.
I love the Switch Pro.
In 2006,
You know what's a great controller
we
though is
changed
that
the
one that
way
plugs in
friends
the
and
classic
family
controller that plugs
interacted
into
in
the
the living room.
Wii
one
remote.
way we thought about
Oh
this
yeah, I
was
had one of those.
Yeah, I really
turning
like
the
that
living
controller.
room
Still
into
have it,
a
yeah.
kind of playground. And that
Underused.
play could also be expanded to distant locations. While many Wii games were single player, probably the most memorable experiences came
I
when
wonder if they
people
used
would
different
play
pictures
together.
of families for the different branches of
Today,
regional Nintendo.
Wii U does what we
I don't know.
did, only better.
Because I
And at
know
the
like they
same
talked about
time,
NES.
it
This is
also
Nintendo of America
something
putting this out.
entirely new.
This is probably something they saw as a
Not
unique
only can
advantage
it
that they
connect
could.
people
Hey,
in a
you could talk
better
about
way
Famicom
within the
over
same
here,
living room,
and then NES
but
over
it
here,
also
and then
connects people
UK Nintendo.
living
You could
room
say
to living
NES.
in a much
You
more
could say
compelling way.
Sega Master
By
System
this
for
point,
our folks in
I
Brazil.
think maybe it's better to show
just
you an example
games were.
rather than
They had
continuing to
Famiclones
explain.
too.
And in the spirit
Debatable.
of creating something unique, I think maybe the following is not what you normally imagine when
This
you
really is
hear
just half an hour of
the
him talking.
term
Is it
game
really?
video.
It's gotta be. I mean, we're 12 minutes in. Oh wait a minute, are we actually getting to
Whoa.
something
Oh
now?
no, zombies! Zombies are after
Zombie
me!
you.
Oh, you won't think I'm so tasty after this bullet sandwich.
Hell, I fucking showed him.
Oh, okay. All right, zombie boss.
This
Sit in
is
a big
uh,
bone in the
down.
foreground.
Let's
Is
see,
that
try
the guy
breaking
from
down this
Yick?
Door. Oh,
What's that?
my beer traffic pushes are
totally is.
ineffectual. No. Oh man, he got me.
He kind of
again.
reminds me of Game Dave.
Game
This zombie
Dave
boss ran
Live.
up to
I
the
watch
top of
his
my
streams
phone like a
sometimes.
Crazy person.
I
got
wish
the
it would
same
make
energy.
more of the Family Corner. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
What
Great
is my
channel.
mood? Is complete despair an option?
This is going on way too
SOS.
long of this guy just reading these
How
jokes.
to beat the scary
awesome.
zombie that breaks down doors.
They knew what they were
Post.
doing marketing this thing.
All right, maybe these.
my God, they all
comments
have
by
guns.
peaceful things
Dude,
like
do you
Twitch.
remember early
No.
God?
Me too,
Early
what do I
Miiverse
do?
was some of the
Boo.
most fun I've had on
I
any
almost
Nintendo
lost 3
platform
survivors
ever.
to that monster.
I wish I used
God,
it. I
almost
never
had a heart
used it.
attack when he
Well,
burst
even if
in.
you, oh,
Something
well, I
went
did.
wrong after all.
First of all, I used it.
know what I
Second of
mean.
all, it's still preserved, and you can see so many amazing posts.
Hell yeah. Only time I ever used it was Mario Maker because you could draw comments after levels.
This is Todd,
And I
the
wouldn't.
non-killing zombie killer.
Knock knock, who's there? A
This
polite
is-
zombie who doesn't just break
This
down
has to
doors
be
when
the
he wants to
worst
come
way
in.
to sell a
Back
new
in
social
calls
media.
first.
What
I'm
is
kidding, it's
what is
being
going
warned.
on?
It's like a
take
skit
you
slash
saw my
commercial
post.
trying
Little
to
bit. You know, I feel
advertise
for you,
and
Todd.
show
That
off
zombie
the
boss is a
unique
pain in a
benefits of
capital
using the
D.
Miiverse
Don't worry, I'll be
platform.
over soon to help you beat those games as per
Do you
usual.
remember
Actually,
in like the
I
early
think my buddy
2010s when
Octo
YouTube was like
G123
funding a
has it
bunch of
figured out.
shows for
Guess I have all the
YouTubers?
help I need
Yeah,
here,
YouTube
Warren.
Red or something.
Yeah, this looks
So,
like a
You
YouTube
don't
Red
need me
show.
anymore?
Yeah, it's like
yes.
slightly higher production value
so
than you can
sad.
expect normally. It's color graded. The guy's
Whoa,
outside,
she is
so they made it look
there's the
warm.
girlfriend the Switch
Miss,
2 is gonna get you.
I noticed you're drinking
That's
coffee
her.
also. Coffee drinkers have a lot in common.
See, the Wii U
All
didn't
right,
work.
Octo
The
G123,
Switch 2 would
let's
have.
see if your
Yeah,
plan works.
it's true.
Your
Had he
scanner
had a
reveals
Switch 2 out
pockets
there,
of
he would be.
antibodies located on
He'd
the
have her number,
zombie's
for
swollen
sure.
Glands. Gross. Let's do this. Back to game. All right, come on. Swollen gland. What am I even looking for? Good. No, get away. Didn't work. I'm gonna call Octo G123 and get to the bottom of this. Okay, come on.
Oh right, this was the thing.
Come on, pick up.
Todd, my man, how's the zombie killing business?
Lousy Octo G123.
Call me Grandpa.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Says the guy who talks to an action figure.
Man.
This
This
you
is-
said on Wii U that I should use my
is
scanner to look
painful.
at the antibodies and the zombie
It's,
swollen glands.
it's
but
just
I
too
haven't seen
long.
anything.
It's actually
Why
like
did the Wii U fail?
Ding dong.
What was wrong with the Wii
I
U?
didn't do that. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Octo G.
Of course, what are best friends for? I am your best friend, right?
Yeah, you're my best friend.
Yeah, so you covered up his ear.
Gotta go.
man,
Bye.
dude. This is
All right. I promise to tell him about us. Okay, updating scanner. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, there it is. Yes. Okay, zombie boss, the only one who's gonna fight it is you. Yes. I did it. I beat him.
My life
beat
is
him.
like a video
Did you hear that
game.
non-specific action figure? I
I
beat him.
like
I
to
beat him. Yeah. Oh yes. All right. Finally. Yeah.
Together Wii U, like with you instead of it's Wii U. Oh my god.
that felt like the first legitimate thing that stopped us in our tracks, though. Like that's the first thing we've actually reacted to in these reactions. Just like, wait, what?
We normally just talk over the whole thing.
That actually captured my full attention. So, bro,
That was a little different. I hope you liked it.
I
Wow.
mean, we did, but
At the end,
not for.
I think you saw a lot of me characters come out. Saying
so I
different
guess this
things
was just something
and
to
meaning
kind of
about
get all this stuff out of the way, so that in the
That was
actual
the
E3
real
Direct they didn't have to talk
that
about all this
you
shit
see
again.
when the system
Yeah.
is
I
first
loved
powered
this
on.
though. The way that
Our
the UI
development
looked here.
teams have been calling this
It's kind of sad
Wii
that this
Wara.
is like peak, and then the
early
Wii or
development.
then the Switch is just ass.
in Japanese.
They should have stuck to
We
Miyu
use
Wara
the term
Wara. That's what it should have been
Wara
called.
I get that they
describe
wanted to
this
distance
kind of
themselves
gathering.
from Wii branding, and so they
That
were
we
afraid to
translate.
incorporate Mii's too much.
It
But I think
refers to
everyone's
the
over that
general
now and
noise
just
and
wants Mii's
motion
back.
created by such a
I want
crowd.
Wara Wara, whatever
The
that means.
Mii's you see there are not random.
They're not?
Your me will be there, along with every person who has an account on your own Wii U system. In
Wow.
addition, your friends are there. And finally, also
And
in
your
the
friends.
scene are people from your country
And a bunch of random ass Mii's.
who are also playing the game.
I like how it's like
represented
they
by
dedicate
time.
equal space to these, but it's all the random ass Mii's.
Represent actual communications from all these real-world players. When you launch the Wii U menu, the
Pour one
Wii U
out for
gamepad
Miiverse.
in your hand
Man.
Yeah.
will have a familiar lineup of
A shame.
icons for games and
I have
built-in
like a whole
applications.
folder of excellent
But on
Miiverse
the TV screen,
images I should share
will
with you.
see tiled for games that players
Look at that
around the
gloss
world
over.
are
Look
playing
at those
more,
icons. We
including
didn't get
games
anything close to
you
that for
may
Switch.
not even
Well,
own.
I mean, this is a very
The
2012
Mii
UI
characters
design.
gather around
I love
the
it.
Games they are playing.
Yeah.
And
Take us
the
back.
views of the Wii U
I miss the
gamepad
music they'd
and
have.
TV are
Oh, yeah.
interchangeable.
The AKA the Blangela music.
What's going on here is
Yeah, true.
what we call Miiverse. Clearly, this is a word we've invented, a shortened
You invented
way to
Miiverse?
describe
No.
a me universe. A place
Oh, that's
where
what that means.
me's from around the world can meet and connect.
And Connect they did.
It's a network communication system.
I think that's
that
what the
is
C button's
as
for.
native
Launching
to
Miiverse.
Wii U
Connecting.
as is
It's
the
coming
Wii U
back.
gamepad.
Yeah.
This
The way he
plastic
said
Both
connect,
Switch
it's no
versions.
the
accident.
first thing displayed on the TV when you turn on your Wii U.
They
Miiverse
consulted
can
Iwata's
also
floating
be
head in a jar.
activated anytime
Floating head in a
during
jar.
a game
Yeah, he
without the need to
told
terminate
him to
play.
put the C button on.
I watched a
Certainly,
lot of
the
Futurama when I was in
idea
middle
of a
school.
video game network
Yeah?
is
Yeah,
not
good
I
show.
new.
liked that show a lot. It's
So,
funny, I never saw
let
The
me
Simpsons, but I
focus
watched through all of
on a
those.
few of the elements that we
I
feel
like them both.
make Miiverse distinctive. In
The
typical
Simpsons
fashion,
was a core
communication
right when I got
between
home
the
from
Miis
school.
can
Yeah.
It was
occur
on
with
TV for like 2 hours
simple
straight.
text messaging.
So I would just watch it.
However, we believe the touchpad on the Wii U gamepad will make some difference. Not only
freak
does
me
the
out.
touchscreen
Damn.
makes
What does
the
that
typing
mean?
simpler,
That's what it
but
said.
you also may find that this screen, right in
Using
your hand,
your hand like a
makes
savage.
reading
Remember this
messages
one I
easier.
saw
Maybe
everyone saw
I'm
from
not
Super
the
Mario
only
3D
person
World where they
who
would have like the
sometimes
Miiverse messages pop
finds
up
it
on the
difficult
Oh,
to
yeah,
read
end
the
of the
This game is
stage.
fun. My
channel
mom and
guide
dad are
on
fighting
the
a lot.
TV from across the room.
I loved those.
Miiverse also makes it simple to communicate.
Do you remember
with
the Game Grumps
handwritten
censorship
notes,
saga?
Even doodles.
No.
So the
As
Game Grumps were
technology
playing through
has
Mario 3D
advanced,
Land, and the messages at
handwritten
the end
messages have
would always come up.
declined.
And
But if
at
you
first they were
use
just like random
Flip
Nintendo
Note
messages,
Studio
but as people
or
learned that the
Swap
Game Grumps
Note,
were going through the game, they
you
left a bunch of
understand
Game Grumps
that
specific
what
ones,
you physically
which led to a
write
bunch of
or
ones
draw
asking about John
can
and drawing pictures of
naturally
JonTron,
convey
and
stronger
they would
feelings
censor all
than
mentions.
what you simply
During
type.
so this was during the Conspiracy
With
Grumps era.
Miiverse,
Yes.
Yeah,
The
okay.
message would go by,
Animation,
and there would just be a
facial
blank message
expression
where you couldn't see
to
anything.
help communicate
And then, like, if
your
you looked up what the
emotions.
message actually wasn't Miiverse, it was like JonTron.
These have
That
like
was a
his face,
fun
it's like,
era
of
for
rich
the
content.
Game
Where is
Grumps.
John? Yeah, there was just a
Including
bunch
I was
of
more
shit like
interested
that.
in the
Screenshots
conspiracies
from
than the
their
actual
own
videos.
gameplay. And
John
even
punched Susie
transmit
and then ran
game
away.
content they have
Yeah,
created
exactly.
Was that actually theorized?
which can
Yes.
then
Wow.
be added to others' gameplay.
I can't believe he hit
was like-
Susie like that.
All
It was like one of
these
the dumbest
aspects
ones,
of
but yeah.
Miiverse, which I've described, are native to the Wii U platform and can be accessed by all games directly from the home button. But of course,
I miss his
game
voice, man.
developers will also be able to use Miiverse
I loved this game
functionality
too.
Fucking
directly
noob.
in the game.
Yeah, for
if
real.
they so desire.
What was that? The first stage?
They
No.
already have many ideas.
Was this in the
While we
game?
will
I don't
work
feel like there
to
were
prevent
messages on the
spoilers
map screen.
that might
Yeah, I'm not really
detract from
remembering
your
that.
game experience.
Honestly,
The purpose of Miiverse is to add
do you
not
remember the
only
year of
information,
Luigi?
but also
course.
That's
new
peak
degree
Nintendo, and it was like 2
of
years.
empathy between
Dude, we're gonna be
players.
getting there soon.
Oh,
I think
Furthermore,
2013 was the year of
Miiverse
Luigi.
does not
getting to relive the
require
year of Luigi is
use
something I'm really
of
looking
your
forward
big
to
screen.
now.
Hell yeah.
In fact, we consider the small screen on the Wii U gamepad itself
They never did a
as
year
a
for anyone else.
social
Just Luigi.
Just
fully
Luigi.
capable
He's the
of
only one who got a
linking
year.
Player to player, living room to living room, sharing across both.
And it was
time
also like the
and
worst
space.
financial year in Nintendo history.
By this, I mean that not only does Wii U offer players a way to connect across great distance, but they can also enjoy a sense of connection even when they are not playing at the same time.
Wow.
Of course, just
This
as
would have been
with
so
Wii,
disappointing.
players
think so?
will be able
At the
to
time, yeah, we
compete
would have been like,
with
"Oh, this is a
others
bunch of nothing."
online,
No, I think a lot of people were
with the
open to it.
Miiverse,
I would have been watching
even
the
in
shit
a
out of this.
single-player game.
Well, yeah, but I also
Even
would have been
when
like,
players are not competing or cooperating at the same time. Even
That would
when
have been my
the
reaction.
games are not designed for online interaction, Miiverse can connect your living room with those of others, regardless of space or time.
That's crazy.
Because the key components of Miiverse
Not bound by the
are
Wii U is not
browser-based,
bound by space and
these
time.
social connections will
Well, it was
eventually
bound
be
by time.
possible outside your home,
Unfortunately.
away from the Wii U itself. We
I
won't
don't
offer
remember there
this
being a phone
immediately
app
at
for
launch,
Miiverse. I think
but
maybe there was a
later,
website.
Miiverse will be available from
Yeah,
your
this was.
Nintendo 3DS,
It might have come later.
your PC, or any web-enabled mobile device. Previously, we've said that we expect several generations of Nintendo hardware will be linked by the Nintendo network.
I remember having to
In a
make your
similar
Nintendo
way,
Network ID, and then
The
it was
social
confusing when they were
elements of
switching over to the
Miiverse
Switch.
are also designed
Yeah,
for
'cause it was
Wii U, Nintendo 3DS, and future Nintendo devices. Let me close with
If you had to
one
pick, would
more
you say
thought.
you're a 3DS guy or a Wii U guy?
In 2006, I
Ooh.
first talked about the three
Ooh,
conceptual
tough
pillars
question.
which could be
You already
altered
know my
by
answer.
Wii.
I think it's flipped over time.
First, the
Right
relationship
now in
between the
2025,
family
I'm a Wii U
and
guy.
the game machine.
But at the time, I was more of a 3DS guy.
Second, the
I'm a
relationship
3DS guy still.
between the game machine and
But
the TV.
there are things that are very
And
appealing about the
third,
Wii U to me
The
still, even though I
relationship
sold mine.
between the TV and the
Like
internet.
Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate and
The
HD.
Having an
Wii U
HD
gamepad
Wii-
makes each of these connections
Like, you can't.
even richer.
Big bugaboo for me. Can't
That
record
because
3DS
the
games
second
without a
screen
fucking
Yeah,
$1,000
yeah, it's
Wii
too
U
bad.
gamepad
system. That
can
sucks.
perform different functions.
You remember
Like, I don't
Classic
wanna play
Game Room's
games.
favorite thing about the Wii U,
Independent
right?
of Wii U itself.
Wii games look
showed
better on it,
Video
according to
chat
him.
functionality as well.
It could play trucks
But
then? I don't fucking know.
There is
It was
also
that
an
Wii games
internet
looked better. He
browser
liked that.
that allows you
Okay.
to
I don't.
share
I think most people
what
disagree
you
with
are
that. I don't.
browsing
think
Yeah,
there's
no,
a
I
lot
know.
of
on a
Yeah, they
screen
do.
in your hands with others in living
I know
room
there's like
using the
uptight
television.
assholes that are like, no, they look like
You
shit.
can input text
Hey, look,
and
you know,
read text
convenience
on
of
the
having
small
HDMI
screen
is
in
worth
your
it, though.
hands.
I will say though,
And
like I
when
bought a
watching
few
the
of the
videos and photos
Virtual
with
Console
everyone,
N64 games
you
on
show
Wii U,
content
and whatever
separately
emulator
on
they
the
were
TV
using was
screen.
terrible, and the colors were awful and washed out
Normally,
and dark.
The browser
Yes,
screen
it was
will
very
show
dark.
the same thing
It was so
on both
bizarre. It was
the
like, are you
Wii
guys
U
even
gamepad
trying?
screen and the TV.
Which at that point, probably not.
But you can close the curtain over the TV screen so the content
I remember
will
this,
see
yeah.
Yeah.
until you open the curtain, adding some entertainment elements to browsing itself. This is
They're just
another
like
feature
they're calling
that was
UI
prepared
quirks
based on
an
this
entertainment element.
Creation of Miiverse was done with the same thought in mind. I often quote something said by Mr. Miyamoto, well known around the world as the father of many
they had to
franchises,
tell you who
such
Miyamoto
as
was.
Mario and Zelda. His belief is that a great idea solves the multiple problems at the same time.
Okay.
That's a good quote.
We believe
Sure.
this describes the Wii U gamepad.
Now, I'm not sure it applies
It is
here.
an idea that
I'm pretty sure
has
this is
the
multiple
potential to
problems
solve
coming out of
several
nowhere
of the problems
for the sake of
Wii U
nothing.
was
It solves
designed
nothing
to
and it
address.
creates problems, so.
We believe it can
No, it
help
brings your
solve
family
the
together.
issue
Does
of
it?
alone
Oh.
together.
I don't get the logic.
We
but
believe
You know what's sad?
it
It's like
enabled
you said that
sharing
like you kind of
of
resented the Wii by the
more
end.
smiles,
Yeah.
more
I
laughs,
remember after buying the
and
Wii U and kind of
more
hooking it all
empathy.
up.
This
I
whether
kind of hate to
at
say this,
home
but I felt
or
a little
connected
embarrassed.
to the homes of your friends.
it
We
felt like I
believe
was
that
holding it.
6 years
Really did feel like a
we
leapfrog or
introduced a
Fisher
new
Price
form
device.
of together.
Like it was just kind of like,
If there's a way to describe Wii U in a similar sense, it's this. Together, better. Even when you are playing by yourself, the Miiverse can connect
Like
you
if the Wii
with
was
your
uncool,
friends,
this was like
family,
uber uncool.
and other players around the world who are playing the same game you are. Even with no one else in the room, you won't feel alone. And perhaps most of all, we believe Wii U remains true to the promise of Doxo.
Dark Souls.
We hope when you experience it first
I can't hear what he's saying
you will
because you say
agree
Dark Souls
that
over.
it represents
That's
the
what he says. Dark Souls.
creation of something unique. We have a busy week ahead, including our on-stage E3 presentation. When
I am remembering
we'll
now that I
continue
definitely did
to
watch
focus
this back in
our
the day.
attention on Wii U,
I don't remember watching
but
it.
don't worry.
No, I
We
had to,
also
but I don't remember.
have plenty of news about Nintendo 3DS to
I was
deliver
really excited,
during
man.
other upcoming opportunities.
It was an exciting
I was
time.
praying for Zelda
Thank you
this
so
early.
much for spending this time with
Yeah,
us
good
today.
luck with that. They just came out
And
with Skyward
I
Sword.
plan
Yeah, but like I was like,
for
maybe
guest
we'll get a
tweeting
tease, little
all
piece of
through
art,
E3
little something.
on Nintendo's official Twitter account.
Remember
And
Wigger
I hope
Wednesdays?
You'll
The
be
only
able
notable
to join us to
Nintendo
follow our
Twitter
E3
moment.
presentation on Tuesday when
No.
Nintendo
begin
Twitter posted
giving
that.
you concrete examples
it was a poster of a
video game
Wiggler. They forgot the L.
you've
So
never
it was-
had before.
Happy
Thanks again.
hashtag Wigger Wednesday, everybody.
The worst thing I've ever heard.
How do you not know this? This is like the
No,
only.
well, I never had a Twitter until I made
Me
one
either, but
specifically
this
to
crossed
reserve
over.
that.
what
Is
I'm
that
saying.
real though? Is that a real thing?
Yes, they forgot the L in Wiggler and they said hashtag Wigger Wednesday.
That's
It
bad.
was like a picture of a Wiggler. It was so-
That is pretty funny though. Like I can't not smile hearing about that. Well,
It's awesome.
how'd you feel about this pre E3
Oh my God.
2012
That was-
Nintendo Direct?
It was both crazy and putting me to sleep at the same time.
I'll say what I like about it is heavy Iwata featuring. I like seeing a lot of Iwata in a Direct. Well, what I didn't like about it was it was kind of a lot of the same stuff they already went over at their prior E3.
Yeah.
They highlighted a few slight differences, and most of it was like, hey, remember this, and it was even a lot of the same images that they used.
You have to remember it had been a full year since that.
Yeah.
So, like, it wouldn't have been fresh on their minds.
If we're ranking them clearly in last place so far, it's got to be the first Nintendo
one.
Direct.
Yeah,
Then
the
I
first
think
one's last
that-
place, then this.
Yeah. I think first place is the last one we watched.
The Nintendo Direct last year. Or
Yeah,
the
the
E3 press
Nintendo
conference,
Direct
yeah.
with Kid Icarus and stuff was definitely the best one we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty weak. I mean, hopefully, the actual E3 Direct we'll have the good stuff. But I guess we'll have to wait until next time for that.
Until next time.
All right. Wait
Stay
for
patient,
Nintendo.
y'all.
Like and subscribe.